Hey, welcome back to another edition of Limited Skills. I'm James.
And I'm Brandon.
And Brandon, Ixalan still?
Yeah, rivals of Ixalan still.
So this didn't go great, right?
This did not go great, no.
So this is going to be more like a post-mortem than a draft strategy.
Yeah.
All right, so
we're gonna study the life and death of this deck and see where it went wrong.
Because it seemed like you started decently strong. As a fun little aside, you passed the Temple Altasaur, spoilers, to the guy on your left who just opened and took a foil Galta. So I was real excited about the direction his deck was going to go.
I probably would have traded decks with most people at the table. And here's why. I don't know exactly what to take. The Altasaur is fine. It's actually pretty good. So I hate picking a 2-color card as a first pick, unless it's a bomb to really sort of justify it. But I know that the vampire archetype is the best one to force. So I just kind of think, I haven't played vampires in a while. This is a really good pick if I am in the vampires. So I just take it and I go, I'm just going to make this work.
Okay.
And there's ups and downs to that. The pros are, you're not confused, you're not wasting picks on the wrong thing when you end up playing. I immediately get rewarded by going into black, because the Chupacabra is probably what I would have picked, even if I picked any other 4-color pick. Which would have pushed me towards playing black something, which probably would have been black-white.
Yeah. There's a Bombard, which is real good.
I think Bombard is probably the best pick in here, but I'm really just kind of forcing the vampire theme at this point, because I already have something that pumps vampires, so then that guy being a 4/2 flyer for 4 makes him a lot better. I don't really like him generically, but that he's a vampire.
He's 4/2 for 4 with flying?
When you've got that pump guy out. He's 3/1 normally for 4.
That's probably...
kind of underwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things that kill 1 toughness creatures. Moment of Triumph is decent if you're going wide. That's the Anthems? No.
It's the pump and I think gain life?
Or maybe Indestructible. I don't remember. It's decent, though.
So if I were looking at anything else, I think the Silvergill Adept would have been good if I were in blue. Nothing else really popped out to me, but there were several blue picks I could have gone from. There's been some red stuff that's kind of been going already also. Again, so I'm taking what might be one of the worst picks in this pack, mostly with the thought that the people to my left aren't going to have any black stuff to take. It's going to be impossible for the people on my left to be in black after I take the last black card out of those. They might still get into white, but there weren't like vampire-y white things.
Yeah. You're just a generic pirate. So now you've got to make a choice.
Yeah, and
you also don't have any good black picks.
That Deadeye Rigger would have been probably the best thing left in the pack. Generically on its own, if I were in red, the Tillinali's Crown is pretty decent in the right decks, especially with enraged stuff. Mm-hmm. So I sort of just took a bad one there to just take that last black thing. I was also thinking my deck would be really aggressive, and that thing's sort of 1 for a 2/1.
Sure. Do you think it might have been worth it to pick blue cards and sort of hedge into Esper?
Blue cards, definitely. I don't even know if my black-white proved to be worth it. I wish I'd taken the foil Forsaken Sanctuary for a commander deck. I went with Divine Verdict, which was probably the best pick in this pack, regardless of what I was trying to force or not.
Yeah, because it looks like you're also getting cut hard out of the deck you want to play.
Yeah. My thought is, we're real late into pack 1. I'm probably going to see the benefits of this in pack 2.
Okay. That makes sense.
So this was a real surprising pack. There are 5 picks here that could fit into blue-red, and they're all decent at least. Sorry, the rare is surprisingly the worst card in here. But the Stormfleet Sprinter is often a first pick. This is the point where it clicked in my brain, I should be in different colors. But I didn't make the switch anyway because I was just trying to force it, and I thought I was going to get rewarded in pack 2 because I cut the people out of my left out of any vampire stuff.
Sure.
At this point, I think the decisions I've made and choosing whether to jump ship or commit might just be a matter of luck and just dependent on what the people to my left and right open and how committed they feel to sticking to a strategy or switching as well.
Right.
And I sort of just took a gamble on that. Maybe the odds would have been better for me to take the gamble in the other direction and just jump ship and switch colors. But I would have wasted these first 8 picks of the first pack, which is heartbreaking.
Now you picked Strider Harness, and I know in that card, when we were playing it at the pre-release, people were excited about it. How do you feel about it now?
Generically, I think people don't like it a ton, and I've gone back and forth on my feelings with it. I think we've seen it in a few sets now. I don't think I like it a ton in this set, but because I have those 3/1 flyers, I thought making them 4/2 flying haste for 1 more mana seemed better than their regular cost, honestly.
Sure. So now you're looking at
I'm
thinking about that
around.
green
I
card.
don't know what. I can. This has a bunch of vampire stuff in it, so I've got a bunch of options. Golden Demise can be a blowout win card anyway, so I take it regardless of the tribe. I don't think I drew it once the whole night, so
That's a bummer.
that's not a testament to its power level or whether it fit in my deck or not. I do think it's good enough to take in basically any archetype that you're playing black in. I just was not rewarded for it. The Martyr of Dusk, for forcing that. It's slim pickings already on this.
If you were going to grab...
The Famished Paladin is a really good card, but I think you need several sources of life gain, which I don't have to support at this time, and I didn't want to pick it early and then not get the life gain stuff.
Oh, sure.
Which a lot of vampires do, all the tokens.
Yeah.
This is just a rare draft because I won it.
Sure.
I think there was a Legion Conquistador.
That was the previous pack. There was some other white thing with similar art in this one.
What? Yeah, I still feel like blue seemed
There's your Legion
super
Conquistador.
open. Yeah. There ended up being 4 of them in pack 2. I passed the first 2, and I took the second, or the third and fourth that I saw, these here. And we had none in pack 1 or pack 3. I talked to other people at the table afterwards, so that was weird. I ended up with 2, and another player ended up with 2. So we were a 10-man pod. Turns out 3 people were in black-white vampires.
Oh, bummer. That's why it was so thin.
Yep. And I
You got the worst
probably
version.
got the worst version of the 3. Which may have been just positioning on like the spacing between the people playing those colors. Oh god, I wish I played all this good blue stuff.
Yeah, it worked out for the guy to your left who was originally doing green-white dinos, because then he ended up doing green-blue, I think.
He went back and forth. I think he settled on green-white ultimately, but he did take a lot of blue picks.
Okay. Well, what should you... Knowing after the fact that you should be in blue, what should we be looking at here?
Secrets of the Golden City is okay if you end up playing a slower deck. I think Cleansing Ray is fine for the deck that I'm playing. There wasn't anything really power shift level there.
Sure.
I'm excited about this Martyr of Dusk. This is really good for my curve, as well as giving me extra life gain outlets.
Ooh, Form of the Dinosaur.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't remember seeing this before. Maybe in 10-Man Pod, I don't know, counting. Maybe I opened that and it came back around.
No, you opened some blue thing.
Okay.
Some blue fish monster.
That's just a generically efficient card that I don't want to play against. There, I get this guy. He's sweet. I don't understand. Like, to me, it seemed like nobody in 10 people was playing blue, or maybe one person was playing a light bit of blue. But
Sure. Was there someone playing? Like, did you encounter a blue deck?
I don't recall. I don't think so.
Yeah, so at this point, you don't have a lot of great anything. You don't have a lot of great creatures. You've got some sort of weak removal.
Yeah, I got a lot of really mediocre stuff. Yeah. Skullduggery is sweet and balmy, regardless of your archetype, whether you're playing vampires or pirates. It's a really good combat trick. But I open this, I have to take it.
Is it worth anything?
12 or 15 bucks, I think.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, it's getting played a lot. Also, I don't think I own one, and it's good for Commander, too. So I unfortunately wasted a pick on my deck. But if I were in blue already, which I should have been, then it would have been like, bam, what a sweet thing.
Yeah.
And then this, if I were in blue.
Oh, yeah.
And at this point, I just wasted too many picks that I couldn't justify still going into the blue.
I mean, would it have been worth it to splash?
With the double...
I mean, not the double blue, obviously, but...
I don't... maybe if I'd gotten more mana fixing. Definitely what I did was wrong, so we'll go with yes.
Okay. When I put this video together, looking at the art for Goring Ceratops, it really confused me. I couldn't understand what I was
It's a
looking
rainbow
at.
distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost took it just because it's a big white thing to close out with, but I figured out if I was going to win with my mediocre deck at this point, I needed just better tempo and consistency.
Yeah, and
and
a
things were still weak
7-mana
as solid
dinosaur
removal.
was not going to get
Yeah.
you there.
That doesn't do anything until turn 8.
Yeah. Fell Flagship. You took this card, and that sort of weirded me out.
I didn't think there was anything I cared about
Oh.
here.
Maybe it was the Dusk Legion Dreadnought. You took something. right?
Like Duress is
Yeah.
the thing.
As you shrug your pack in exasperation.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I don't think I have one of these, sure. If I were in blue, One with the Wind is also very good.
Queen's
I
Agent's
think
not
I've
bad.
also passed a little bit of decent red throughout the course of these. I think we passed a couple Bombards early on.
Yep.
Unfriendly Fire is decent. I think I might have taken this one just to hate draft it. No, that Queen's Agent I take for sure. But I end up with a couple other random red picks too. I think I also do have, some black removal. I could have gone blue-black decently efficiently. And actually had just better creatures in blue, and then black for just some like spot removal and the Chupacabra and removal. So yeah, definitely first picking a 2-color tribal card, really trying to force me into something was not super smart. And I think the number of players in the pod also affects the likeliness of that being a good strategy. I think more players means forcing an archetype means you're more likely to just get hosed by it randomly, whereas if you're a 6-player pod, 1 or 2 players will be in vampires, but at least 2 players will be in vampires or in every archetype in a 10-player pod.
Oh, yeah. Just because it's so strong. After playing a bunch of drafts of Ixalan, what are your thoughts on the various archetypes? Is there like a clear front runner?
I think the black-white vampires, and a lot of that just has to do not with the tribal cards, but just the black-white removal is very good. And I think if you have all the best like commons and uncommons and like all the best staples for each archetype, I actually think Merfolk is the best because I think you can just curve out so aggressively that it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I think that's harder to get just the right combination of cards, and I think on average your vampires are going to be the strongest deck. I've also definitely seen vampires and pirates run away with it in pretty strong decks, but I think it's easier to build those first two I mentioned, the vampires and the Merfolk.
Okay.
Is there one I'm forgetting? That's all of them, right?
I want to say vampirates because the word is fun.
I played vampirates, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know that's not a testament to the quality of the deck. That's just me
Also-
liking dumb words.
Also Vampfolk.
Vampfolk. Is that like
Vampirosaur.
slutty fish people?
What?
Vampfolk? Because merfolk
Yeah.
are like fish people, and a vamp is like a prostitute.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh.
I need to get my money back from that guy that sucked my blood.
So how did you finish?
It was real bad. I mentioned early. I went 0-2 drop and then went home and played video games early. But I learned a lot that I should have learned a long time ago. This has been a bad set for me. So maybe Ixalan advice is not the best thing to take from me. I find just different sets. I've got different strengths and weaknesses, and whatever it is about this set, I'm having a really hard time performing even mediocre.
You think it's the tribe? The fact that you're actively looking for tribes makes you want to force and less likely to just take the best card?
Maybe I've played other tribal sets and done okay with them at least. I don't remember. This is the worst I performed in any block ever playing in limited Magic. So I don't know. I'm just hoping when the next set comes out, I'll do better, or I'm just bad at Magic now.
Well, the next set should be cooler, right?
Oh, Dominaria.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Guys, we're done. We'll see you next week.
Bye.